And now speaking about makeup. The first item I'm going to talk to you guys about is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. This one is in the travel size, but there's a little, there's a slightly bigger tube. But honestly, to me it's kind of unnecessary because even this lasted me quite a while. I love this because, first of all, on my skin, it doesn't leave that kind of like ashy cast. It kind of blends into nothing, as you can see. It pretty much disappeared. But I love it because it helps with the pigmentation of eyeshadows. It helps them not crease on my eyelids because I have oily eyelids and my eyelids are a little bit hooded. So generally eyeshadows tend to crease and kind of like break apart after a little bit. But this one, I love it, as I said, because it helps with the pigmentation of eyeshadows and it helps them not crease and last all day. This is a perfect base for any kind of eyeshadow. Next, we have concealers. Now, I have two separate ones because it really depends on what kind of makeup or how I'm feeling that day. This one is the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, and this one is in the color Dark 2 Cacao. I love this because it really has like medium coverage, and it does have kind of that radiant kind of finish. It's not completely matte and it's not super dewy, and that's why I love it. And it doesn't really crease on me. And I don't know if you guys can see, but I have like little folds here. Like that's just the way my eye folds, and they're just like little they're not wrinkles, but that's just how my eye structure is, I guess. But I just love this because it has first of all, it comes in a ton of different colors, and it's perfect because concealer generally is really hard to find a shade for me in the drugstore that works until I discovered this one, which I will talk about in a second. Because this one is more on it's more on the expensive side because NARS is a high-end brand. In Canadian dollars, this is $29. And it's really good, and I honestly think it's worth it. But there's a drugstore version, which is the LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer. And this one, it's about $3-4, and it honestly does a great job as well. Now this one is a little bit more matte compared to the NARS Creamy Radiant. I'm actually almost out of this. I need to get a new one. I'm gonna show you if I can see maybe a comparison on the back of my hand. Even I can already like feel the difference because this one really kind of like glides on. And this one, alright, so here on top is the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, and the second one here on at the bottom is the LA Girl Concealer. As you can see, I don't know if you can really see on camera, but this one, the NARS one, is a little bit more has a little bit more almost semi-orangey undertone, which I kind of like when it comes to concealer because it helps doing a little bit of color correcting, which is why I kind of use, generally if I use this, I use it before foundation to help color correcting and conceal at the same time. And then if I want to brighten after I did my foundation, I go in with a little bit of the LA Girl Concealer so that it helps brighten up the under eye and mattify it a little bit. But also what I like this for, since it's really matte and it really does not budge. Once it's set, it doesn't go anywhere. And I also like to use it sometimes as an eye base, as an eyeshadow base, because it, as I said, it doesn't crease, and it's really like when it's set, it just stays there and it's matte. So that's why I like to kind of multitask with this. I can use it as a concealer and also an eye base. For foundation, my current favorite is the Revlon Color Stay Foundation. I actually have two colors, 410 Cappuccino and 440 Mahogany. I mixed these two because this one alone is a little bit too yellow for me, And this one, if I use this alone, it's a little bit too neutral. It actually has a little bit olive undertone on this, which I don't have. I just have really kind of neutral, slightly golden undertones. So when I mix these two together, I get my perfect shade. This one is in the combination oily skin formula. They have another one for dry skin, and I love it because it's super long lasting. Even if you like sweat, or if you are extremely oily like myself, this, even if I blot, my face will just look as if I just applied the foundation, which I love this, and I love this especially for the summer. Next, what I'm going to talk about is the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadows. So I have 3 actually, but I couldn't find my 3rd one. I don't know where I put it. It's probably somewhere in the mess that is my makeup case, my makeup container. But the 2 colors I have here, if I can get it out of the box, the 2 colors I have here are Bronze Belle and Rose Gold Retro. They're kind of similar now if you like look at them in the tube like this. Bronze Belle, as the name says, has more of a bronzy undertone, and Rose Gold Retro is more of a rose gold color. I would say that Rose Gold Retro is a little bit lighter in color, and this one is a little bit darker, but I love them both. I don't remember the name of the 3rd one I have. Never mind, I found the 3rd one as well. The 3rd one I have is in the color Kitten Karma. Kitten Karma is more of, I would say, of a neutral golden color. It almost has like pink undertones. Let's see if I swatch them on my hand. They're so beautiful because they're highly reflective and pigmented, and this literally look beautiful on any skin tone. So this one is Kitten Karma. I don't know if it shows on camera. On camera you probably just can see like the very reflective particles in it, but it's more of a pink undertone kind of shimmer. Then this one is Bronze Belle, which has more of a, you probably can see a little, that has more of a darker bronze undertone. And lastly, this is Rose Gold Retro. So here are all the 3 swatches. So as I said, this is Kitten Karma, then you have Bronze Belle in the middle, and Rose Gold Retro here last. This is a very, very cool toned gold, slightly with very subtle hints of pink. Then you have Bronze Belle, which is pretty much a pure bronze golden color. And then you have Rose Gold Retro, which is a pure rose gold shimmer. These are perfect for if you want to do like a cut crease, or if you want to do a graphic liner. I actually did kind of like a graphic liner with these a couple times. I like to take an angled brush and take the pigment off of the doe foot and then use it as if it was a kind of like a liquid liner. And yeah, when they set, they are set. It will literally take a lot of work to take these off, so keep that in mind when you put these on. And put these on if you really don't want them to, if you really are going out and don't want anything to budge, maybe like for a night out or an event or whatever it is. These, as soon as they're set, if you want to work with them as soon as you apply it. Don't think that you can like put it on and then like move on to something else, because when you put it and it sets, it won't budge. It just won't work. And go little by little because they're very pigmented. Oh my god, so pigmented. They're so pigmented, but they really are. But yeah, the only thing I would say, work with them really quick because they do set quick, and when they set, they are there to stay. I'm so sorry about the lighting, guys. It was sunny like 10 minutes ago, and now it's gotten cloudy, and I cannot deal with any of it, and that's a problem that cannot be fixed. If you know that reference, comment down below, and I love you. Alright, we're almost at the end. The next item I'm talking about, the next item will, who's we? A royal we? The next item is the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. There is a vinyl version of it, but this one is the matte one, and I love it. It is so good. Let's see if I can swatch it here. As you can see, it is so fine. The little like it's a very thin brush, and it's so good if you want to do like precision work or stuff like that. And it is super black, and as you can see, it is super black, and it has a matte finish, which I prefer to something that has more of a vinyl finish, I guess. And this one is, it doesn't say waterproof on the packaging, but it is definitely waterproof, and it is long lasting. I like to use that if I know that I need something that will just stay on my eyelid and will not budge. I use that, and it doesn't move, doesn't smudge, doesn't run or crumble. I love it, and it's drugstore is really cheap. I think I think it's $9. And now for eyeshadows, I have two different favorites. This one is the Jaclyn Hill palette, the one that just came out, the most recent one, because she did one at first with the Jaclyn Hill's favorite or something like that. And this one is her very own palette. This one is the Jaclyn Hill palette, and there's 35 colors in here, I believe. I did a very thorough review and a look with this palette, so if you would like to check it out, it will be linked up here. But these are the colors that come in it. It's a very nice mix of mattes and shimmers and neutrals with like fun pops of color. The only thing that some people maybe kind of like would like to see in this palette would be maybe a mirror, but instead of a mirror, she put a message, and that says, "This palette is dedicated to all my loving subscribers, EXO Jaclyn," which is still really nice. I love it because the colors are so buttery, both shimmers and mattes. They're super pigmented and they blend really nicely. And even on my complexion, which is kind of hard for if you are dark like me, then you know the struggle of making shadows appear on the skin. And I mean, it may look pretty big, but it's also like kind of thin at the same time, so it's not that bulky of a palette. So I would still say that it is still travel friendly, but what's even more travel friendly is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I love this palette so much. The colors are beautiful. Especially even for now, like fall, and I would say this is even perfect for like Christmas. Honestly, this is both of them are very good year-round palettes, because you have the cranberries and the oranges and this dark brown that is very nice for fall. Then you have these more neutral tones that are nice for every day, and etc. It's honestly a very nice palette. Of course, it's more on the high end when it comes to pricing, because Anastasia Beverly Hills is more of a high-end, is a high-end brand. This one I paid, I believe, $56 Canadian, because I'm Canadian. And this one does come with a mirror, as you can see. And honestly, I love it because the colors are buttery. There is a little bit of fallout, but it's nothing really that would like drive me crazy. I haven't tried the Subculture palette, but I've heard things about how much fallout there is and stuff like that. But honestly, I really love this palette, and I'm probably gonna hit pan soon. The next thing I want to talk about is liquid lipsticks. I have two different ones. I have well, I have more of these, but I'm just for the purposes of the video, I'm just gonna show you a few. I have two different options. I have NYX, which is a more affordable drugstore option, and then there's Stila, which is a more high-end version, a high-end option. The Stila one, the one I have here, is in the color Notte, which is a very beautiful dark red burgundy color. And I love it because they glide on so nicely. The only thing I would say with any liquid lipstick, make sure your lips are moisturized. And then what I like to do, I like to put lip balm before I do any of my makeup, so that it has the time to like sit on my lips and moisturize them. And then right before I apply liquid lipstick, I take off the excess and apply the liquid lipstick. It's even better if you have exfoliated the night before, because no one wants, because then you're gonna end up with those like crusty lips that have like the liquid lipstick in the fine lines and all the, it's not cute. No one wants to go out in that. So here is Notte. It just glides on and it is so beautiful and pigmented. This is a very vampy, very fall kind of color. I'm sorry that it honestly right now the camera won't do it justice. Of course I just applied it, so it's not completely matte, but it does set into a completely matte finish. And the next one I'm actually wearing it right now on my lips, is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, and this one is in the color Berlin. It is a soft matte color, soft matte finish, as the name suggests. And this one is it's perfect for people with darker complexions like myself, because it's a perfect nude. It looks kind of like my lips but better kind of color, and I really love it. Swatch it right here. It's a very nice, almost a terracotta kind of nude. As you can see, it's a very warm toned nude. But it's really nice, and it is matte, but it doesn't look like that dry. It's not as matte as the Stila one, but it is definitely a soft matte finish that still looks nice on the lips without making them look super dried out. Next, I'm going to talk about, oh my gosh, it's so dirty. Hold on, let me clean it up real quick. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. This one is one of their newer powders, and this one is in the color 40 Dark. I love this because it's finally an actual dark powder, because I have seen powders before that they marketed it as dark, and I'm like, girl, that's not dark. That's literally at most a tan. But this one is actually a dark powder. Let me see if I can show you. I've used it today once again, and as you can see, I don't know if you can really see it, but it's here also in the cap. There's some residue, and it's in here also, but as you can see, it's pretty much almost my skin tone, a little bit lighter maybe, which is perfect. And I love it because it's so finely milled and it doesn't cake onto the face. It's perfect to set makeup, and it's also perfect to add a little bit of color if you're really going with a matte finish. And sometimes the skin can look a little bit ashy. What I like this also, because it's tinted, it does bring back a little bit of the color back to the skin. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin either. It feels very lightweight. Alright, the before last items, again, two options. I have a drugstore and a high-end version. Highlighters. Right here I have the Stila Heaven's Hue highlighter, and this one is in the color Bronze. This highlighter, guys, it is so beautiful. Like, even in the pen, look how beautiful it looks in the pen. And it's the one that at one point went viral because it feels like putty. And as you can see, if I press on it, there's like my fingerprint in it. But I love it because it really does look like a hue, and it's buildable. I like it because if you put a very light layer, it just looks like a natural glow of the skin. But if you apply maybe a second layer, you can build it up to make it more of a blinding kind of highlighter, if that's what you like, that Instagram kind of highlight. This one is just straight up Madness blinding metal highlighter. No matter how little you put of this, it will just straight up be blinding. As you can see, even in the pen, look how highly reflective it is. And I'm going to like swipe a little one too, and look how pigmented. So pigmented. Look how pigmented this is. I have no more room on my hand. Let's do it here. Like, do you see this? Look how crazy blinding this highlighter is. Definitely start with little, because even little can be pretty blinding. So I generally go in with a small fluffy brush. This one is the Real Techniques. It's a setting brush, but I like it for highlighter because it's perfect. It's the perfect size for the cheekbones, and it is very fluffy, so you can like deposit the color and blend it. And last but not least are mascaras. I have two. They're both drugstore. They're my two favorites, of course, because this is a favorites video. This one is the Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara, and this one is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. A lot of people, even just if you look at the packaging itself, it really reminds everyone of the Better Than Sex mascara, and even the wand itself looks like the Better Than Sex mascara. A lot of people actually refer to it as a dupe for that very famous mascara that a lot of people love, and it's honestly not that bad. I would definitely agree that it is a dupe for that mascara. And I have mine in the Blackest Black waterproof formula. Every mascara and eyeliner I get has to be waterproof because I have oily lids. That's just how it is. But definitely it is a dupe for the Better Than Sex mascara, and I love it because it doesn't clump the lashes, but it does give them that nice full body and volume that I want my lashes to have. And this one, the wand is like arched. As you can see, it does like go into like a curve like this. And how I like to use it is that I go in with the shorter bristles first to distribute the product on the lashes. So I will go in first with the top part here and wiggle the product on, and then what I would do is flip it around and separate the lashes with the longer bristles that are on the curved part of the wand. Because right here, on the top, when you flip it, the bristles are longer, and I feel like it helps with the curl of the lash and separating the lashes. So those are all my favorites at the moment. If you have any of them that you use yourself and have used, do you like them? Do you not like them? Let me know in the comment section down below. Or if you haven't used any of these, is there something you're interested in? Definitely, once again, let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more. And definitely click on the little notification bell so that you are notified whenever I upload a new video. And yeah, that's it for me, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye!